Hello everyone. So proud moment for us. 25 years of Pakistan Advertisers Society, PAS as we call it. Today with me, there are people who represent different era and perhaps milestones. And let's talk to them. So with me, we have Tariq Ikram, who actually represents the beginning of the society.
True.
He was founding chairman and the one who started the whole society. At that time, he was associated with Reckitt Coleman, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And then I have with me Rizwan Jameel. Rizwan Jameel is almost like, we've had 25 years now, middle of the society. This is where we revived the whole society. And Rizwan was, responsible for that. At that time, he was associated with Unilever Pakistan. And then we have the present, which is our current chairman, Asif Aziz, who's also Chief Commercial Officer of Jazz. So Tariq sir, I'll start with you. Mujhe bataiye, what was the driving force? Why did you feel there's a need of an industry body? What drove you? Why were you so committed?
The thing that really drove me, to be very honest, was that as a marketeer in those days, I could see that the profession of marketing needed to develop enormously. I mean, we didn't even have Nielsen type retail audits. We didn't know this billions of rupees of advertising, where it was going. There was plagiarism, there was clutter, and by the way, you still suffer from that. And there was no voice of the advertisers. Back in '73, the Pakistan Advertising Association had been established, and there was APNS, as you were saying earlier. But there was no voice of the advertiser. So the passion to improve and support the development of the profession, irrespective of my need or your need or their need, that was what really drove. And then of course we found like-minded people. We just led the way. So one thing led to another.
Yeah, great. So Rizwan, so I think Tariq sir gave a background of where he started from. So I think 2003 is when you came in. 2006 you became the chairman and you were there for 2 years. So I think आपकी total affiliation 4 years. 4 years की है. उससे पहले what drove you? मतलब आपको क्या importance लगी of the platform, the society? And
First of all, my company drove me to become a member.
Okay.
Okay. In my first few months when I sat as a member on the council in 2003, I enjoyed the discussions and deliberations we were having there. Because that was the first forum when you were sitting in the same room with your peers and seniors from other companies in the marketing and advertising world. So, after all my years in marketing, this was the first time I was sitting down with people from Procter & Gamble, from Tapal, from other such companies which were
Straight competitors.
Which are competitors to Unilever. Yeah. And understanding their point of view, the way they were talking and why were they doing, that was really a very, very interesting conversation we had. So initially I enjoyed the conversation amongst the council members. Then it dawned on me that the things that I wanted to do in this field on behalf of my company, Unilever, at that time, it could be done so much faster with such higher impact if this PAS forum could generate that interest and start working together. So with that objective of making a difference and at least setting a base for the future councils to work on and generations to come and have a system to follow, that was what excited me and wanted me to make a change in that period. I think the first thing that I did when I became chairman of the council was to hire you. Because the problem I was seeing, आपने एक चीज चलाई excitedly, बहुत अच्छी चली, then after that, it was dormant.
It had really subdued.
And no one's fault, but the people sitting on that council are very senior people working in big companies. Exactly. Those people are unable to really bring in that level of time and effort into the society. So we had to do something, talk to people, convince them, and show direction as to what the past could achieve if we all were committed on this. So we needed someone who was dedicated, a full-time job, and capable of leading this organization, this association.
It's interesting that he mentions this because even in the earlier days, so what we recognized was that there were three things that were essential. One, it has to have a legal background, so we registered as a society. And second, we said it has to have a paid secretariat. And the third was, of course, finances. So, वही वाली बात है कि when government came in, the passion and the leadership came in to keep it going.
So on to that, I think Asif आपको बताइए whether that was a right decision or not. And we will keep it away from this video. So Asif, coming to you, 25 years from here and say 15 years from here, you've heard what the passion was, what the vision was. You know, you've been involved with the society. What drives you up? You know, you came from UK. You know, this is your first stint in Pakistan, I think, associated, and you immediately jumped into the society. What do you think?
Actually, I wanted to jump into this society. So first of all, enormous thanks for what you created, because you really put the platform, which actually gave everybody an identity. People needed to identify with something, and you're absolutely right. Competitors don't talk, so you've given this platform to allow people to interact. But what I observed is the immaturity of the advertising in this country, maybe because of the audience, but still there was this thinking of, I need to create a 3-minute movie, and that's called an advert. I came from a background of 20-second campaigns, capture 20 seconds, and I tell you, this is more relevant today when we have this digital media which is evolved, where the attention span of our customer is as long as it says skip video, which is 3 seconds, 4 seconds maybe. So it's forced marketers to get more creative. So that was the first thing that I love to be able to educate this to everybody. The second thing that drives me here now is when I observed this was people create that 3-minute montage, and then they create small snippets to put onto another medium, and then they conclude, no, that other medium didn't work for me, without realizing that they have to tailor their message to the various audiences that are watching that particular medium. And I think this level of passion to actually educate my colleagues and my peers in the industry is something that I think is essential and something that drives me every day. But alhamdulillah, I'm sincerely thankful that I have this platform that's already been built. And I completely agree with you. I would be lost without it.